Welcome everyone, Farmer Cop here. We have a new blog post from Giant Software about land and sea fishing. So we're going to take a look at that. This is for the Highlands Fishing Expansion, which comes out in November. Yeah, if you wanted to early or pre-order it, you can do that down below and you'll save, I believe it's 5 or 10% on it, which is a decent deal there. If you already own the Season's Pass for Farming Simulator 25, then this is already included for you, so you don't have to worry about that. And you also can purchase the game, and you can get actually 20% off the game right now if you use the codes down below until tomorrow, which will be nice for you. So if you wanted to get a discount and you don't own Farming Simulator yet, that's the way to do it. You can also buy the Highlands edition of the game down below, which includes Farming Simulator 25 and the Highlands Fishing Expansion. So yeah, we'll go ahead and read through the blog post, and then we will, yeah, we'll go from there. I've got some screenshots and stuff as well to show you. So yeah, we got a lot of different stuff here. But yeah, here's the blog post. Fishing on Land and Sea, Highlands Fishing Preview. When you're done relaxing at the shore, and there'll be a lot of screenshots as we go through, we'll take a look at those in more detail, and actually like full screen screenshots that are good, high quality ones. So we'll take a look at those as well here. But yeah, so it says, when you're done relaxing at the shore catching fish, you might want to get professional with the fish business. Go ahead. Highlands Fishing revolves around breeding fish in offshore aqua farms, granting you a brand new opportunity to grow your business. Catch up on other previews, and there's a bunch of others that have come out. Oh, actually, the links actually work in the PDF. That's kind of interesting. But yeah, anyhow, this is just a PDF copy of what it's going to look like. It's not the actual website, but the actual website is linked down below. It says, let's raise some fish. Start with the fish fodder. So before you put attention to the fish raising facilities, you have to make sure you can feed the little swimmers. You have two options: buy fish fodder or produce it yourself. In the beginning, before you might be fully committed to your fishing endeavor, buying it is quicker and easier. Purchase it pallet-wise at the warehouse. In the long run, however, it's more efficient to produce by claiming a fish food factory and deliver flour, soybeans, oil, and oil, I'm assuming, to produce the fodder. So you have to produce, you're gonna have to provide, yeah, so flour, soybeans, and oil. That's what we're looking for, I guess, to do it. I'm not sure what kind of oil, we'll see, but obviously it's not gonna be like petroleum oil, or like, yeah, it's not gonna be that, but anyhow. The breeding facility, grow trout and salmon. In the construction section of the dealership under production chain, you'll find the aquaculture category. So they're going to make a new category in there. Place your fish breeding building wherever it suits you. And we'll take a look at these screenshots here in a bit. Once it's built, bring your fish food to the designated unloading area right in front. In return, you'll get young trout and salmon boxed and ready to ship. Fish transport, where to? When you got your boxes full of juvenile trout and or salmon, you'll have two options. Either sell them right away and keep the business on solid ground, or go a step further and get your feet wet, because the latter option requires you to get out to sea and make some investments. So to sell the tiny fish, you bring them to the fish market, unload the boxes in the designated area of the spacey storage facility to get paid, and be done with it, or deliver them to the cargo ship by either using a forklift and the ramp or the built-in crane of the vessel. Aqua farms, farming on the water. You'll find cargo boats for sale at the harbor. When it's loaded up with fishy pellets, you'll need to steer it to the offshore aqua farms out on the sea when they're raised into adult swimmers, or where they're raised into adult swimmers. Unload the boxes in the designated area, deliver the fish fodder to the aqua farms as well, and your fish grow fast and steady. Once they've grown, the adult salmon and trout will spawn in boxes as well. Now, you don't have to feed the fish out on the water. You don't have to feed them, but if you do feed them, you have less of a loss. So I'm trying to think back. I should have had maybe screenshots ready for you guys. I apologize. But I took a look at the production menu for this back like a month ago when I was able to play the game, or play the expansion a little bit early when I was on a trip. But yeah, so if you provide them fish food, you have less loss. So basically, here's an example. This isn't exactly what it is. Let's say you deliver 100 young fish. If you provide them fish food, you'll get maybe 90 adult fish at the end of it. But if you don't provide the fish food, you might only get 70. It's something like that. So you lose a little bit more if you don't provide the fish food. But anyhow, it says unload the boxes in this area. Once they've grown, the adult salmon trout will spawn in boxes as well. The adult salmon and trout, yeah, okay, yeah. So they'll grow fast and steady, and they'll spawn into boxes, and then you can get those shipped off. So bonus boat and pond, sporty and nice. So some want to float, and we'll hopefully get some more information out on this guy here soon, because we've gotten the information on this boat, but we haven't gotten anything on this one, and I'm not sure if there'll be any more boats. I'm hoping there are. There's only two that have really been kind of confirmed so far. But it says some want to float out onto the sea with style, so the sports boat might be the vessel to fulfill this particular dream of fishing romanticism. And we got some good looks at the boat here. In addition to that boat, we also added a fish pond. that you can buy and place in your land. This allows you to grow fish on a smaller scale and catch them as well. That's kind of cool. I'm curious how that's going to work. Like if you have to stock it or how that's, yeah, I don't know. Don't know how it's going to work. I was under the impression that you could fish at any body of water. I'm hoping that's still the case. But it says, with Highlands Fishing, you can also start bigger, more professional fishing operations, a fish breeding facility, offshore aquafarms, feed production, and boats for transport let you set up a new line of business in addition to agriculture, animal husbandry, and forestry. Pre-order now for a 10% discount or get the year one season pass, which includes the expansion in 3 packs. Highlands Fishing releases on November 4th for PC and consoles, which we're coming up on that pretty quick. But yeah, and then year one season pass, if you buy that, it gets you get the next set pack, Plains and Prairies pack, and the Mercedes-Benz pack, which is all already out. And then you'll get this one on November 4th. But yeah, so anyhow, okay, that's the blog post. Let's get this out of the way here. Let's go ahead and let me pull up. Let's go back to the screenshot here. So yeah, nice visual here. Let's go to the next screenshot. So we got a nice look at the fish farm here. These are boxes of adult fish based on just the icons there. So we got adult trout and adult salmon there, it looks like. And yeah, I'm trying to see, is there anything in the background that's super interesting? I don't think so. I think the shipwreck is over this way somewhere, or maybe up over here on the coast. We have the big mill in the background. We've seen that in a few screenshots. Nice aerial view here. So this is where you drop off the baby fish and the feed, and this is where your adult fish are going to spawn for you to pick up. And obviously I'll take a boat out there. Now, this has only got 2 on it right now. There's options to build it bigger. So you can do, I think, up to 8, 4 on each side. So that's kind of nice. You're able to do that. Sorry, I should zoom out a little bit for you guys. Then there's this guy right here. We got another good view of the fish farm. You can see all the fish. The animations actually are really good on these. Sorry, getting drink coffee there, but yeah, the animations are really good on them. Here's fish food. Looks like this just looks like it's going to be like the store, the shop, but the fish food looks nice. Nice little setup there. I wish they'd show us the exact recipe. Be nice to see that. I'll do videos, of course, on all this and find out which is worth it and all that stuff. You guys don't have to worry about that. So that'll all be figured out. And here we have a look at, this is like the small fish breeding facility. So these are the boxes of baby fish. He's delivering some food to these guys right here. And I'm trying to make sure I'm taking a look in the background, see if I see anything exciting in the background. There's a billboard with the Mercedes pack on it. There's the mill in the background. Because sometimes Giants will hide stuff in the back. That's kind of like little teasers and stuff. But I think we have most of the information, honestly, by this point. And here's the inside of this building right here. That's what we're looking at here. Oh, and actually, I didn't even notice this. It has the nice little lettering on it. I think that's kind of cool. But anyhow, here's the inside of that facility right here. And the animations in here are also fabulous. The fish swimming around and doing their thing. So, again, it all looks really nice, and it's really well detailed and things like that. And there's actually a good look at the animation, speaking of the animation. But it's not just fish moving, like they actually are moving like fish, and they're actually doing their thing, which is pretty cool. So I like that. This is actually quite a long visual that they gave us to be able to take a look at that, which is pretty cool. But yeah, no, this looks absolutely fabulous. I mean, it's really good. Really well done. So, yeah. Hats off the Giants for that. Here we get a look at us fishing in the fishing pond here, which this is kind of cool. I didn't know they'd have a fishing pond you could place down. I think that's great. I'm hoping on other maps you can take your fishing rod and you can go fish in any body of water. I'm hoping that's the case. On Highlands Fishing, I know for a fact you can fish on pretty much any body of water because I fished in the ocean on this. So you should be able to fish in any body of water. It should work fine. I don't know if you have to stock this. I'm assuming you don't have to stock this with fish or anything like that, but it'll just kind of exist here and then you can fish in it. I'm hoping that modders can add more fish in the future and kind of work off of that. And here's an example of us fishing off the fishing boat or the sport boat. So we got that going for us again on the shore, and I don't think there's anything exciting behind. I don't think this is teasing another boat. I seriously think that's just a decoration, but it'd be cool if we had something like that, like a sailboat or something you can go out on. More boats, the better. And here's a great look at the fishing pond here. So yeah, I like that. I'm not sure if that bench is part of it or they just placed the bench down afterwards, but it's still pretty cool. And I don't know if on the Highlands Fishing map that this is just already on here. I don't know if there's already a fishing pond that's placed down somewhere. And here we're going off to the fish market, the Kinglaga fish market here. So we got some crates of fish here, and we'll have to take a look at some of the profitability and stuff of these once we get there. But yeah, nice little storage area here. This is for the fish where you sell them off, I'm assuming. So nice decorations there. These are probably just going to be decorative boxes of fish. I don't think those have been stored there by the player. And here's them loading up the cargo vessel. Got the nice castle in the background, of course, and all that good stuff there. But yeah, you can drive on it with the forklift, or you can use the crane. The crane's fairly easy to use. Yeah, I don't know. It'd be nice to probably just use super strength to move it. I'm not a big pallet mover. Here's the fish feed. So you can see they're putting in that. Well, that's got to be soy then. Yeah, so it's definitely not flour, but that's got to be the soy right there then. And then here's a look at the cab of the sport boat, which this looks pretty cool. And we got the little shipwreck right there, and then the bridge right there, and the mill in the background there as well. But this looks nice. I love this. This has a lot of good detail. I'm assuming most of this stuff won't work or do anything, but it's still cool to see it in there as a nice detail. Get a nice look at the sport boat here with the castle in the background. There's a standing on the boat, and again, I'm worried because if you don't stop the boat completely, you kind of slide around on it, and it kind of moves out from under you. But we'll have to see. Here's them delivering some fish and some food to their aqua farm out here. All good to go there. There's a good look at the crane being used there on board the cargo ship. How many more screenshots we have? We actually do we have any more here? We have we have one more. This is our last one here. We get some looks at the pallets of the baby fish right here. And that is pretty much everything. But yeah, that's what I got for you guys on the fishing vlog here. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed, please drop a like down below. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button up on the screen to join the Farmer Cop channel and turn your notification bell so you don't miss any future videos I may post. This has been Farmer Cop. Thank you guys for coming and watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.